Hey folks, Dave back again today, and today I'm taking a look at the game-winning drive football helper that some people have been asking about that I stumbled on. And where you can find it is at this website here, the tabletop-sports.com. What you would do is click up in the left-hand corner, click on the downloads, and then you need to scroll down. I've already scrolled down. You need to scroll down through the 1,000 or so baseball files. Yeah, there's a lot of baseball, and then you need to even get through the boxing and the cricket and the whole bit. But eventually, you get to football, and you'll see down here in the football, game-winning drive football, and there's also stuff for goal football here as well, and gridiron football. But we're going to concentrate on the game-winning drive football. Okay, so you have the game-winning drive helper. You have version 2.0 for CFL games. And a few other things here. There's another one here. Get them both and see which works best for you. I found that version 2, which I think is this one up here for some reason, works the best, even though it's a little bit older. This is the one that was done by Downey Games, it says, and that's the one that I'm working on today. So, what is the game-winning drive helper? Okay, well, it's in Excel, obviously. And so you got the instruction page here that tells you what to do, and if you read through it, a little hint on what to do. Okay, so you can follow those instructions, but it's actually really easy. Go over here to your season master sheet. This lists all the teams. Okay, what you're going to do is you're going to take your game-winning drive team sheet here. Okay, so you got the 4 teams on a page, and you're just going to start inputting the stats from here onto the spreadsheet. So I have the 1986 season, and so I just started inputting. You only need to input the teams you're going to play, but if you're going to play the whole season, then you need to do everybody. Okay, so you start at the top here with the score, what the score roll is. Okay, and then you got your TD runs, your field goals, and just these come right off the sheet. Okay, and if there's no number, it's just a 0 all the way down. The only thing that is weird is see this 4th down right here. The 4th down, there's really no 4th down on the special teams, but there is a 4th down defense, which is kind of weird because defense is off on the right-hand side of your shot. So if you look at the Atlanta here, you got all the offensive stuff and the special teams, and over here is just a little bit of defense at the top. So there's no 4th down on your special teams, which is kind of weird. So just leave that at 0. That's what I did. So you're going to input all this stuff in here, including your defensive adjustments at the bottom and the whole bit. Just write down there and be accurate too. Check that out because I made a couple of mistakes, and when I went into the score sheet, I was like, oh, something ain't right. You just go back here and do it. So you do this for as many teams as you want, and then you save it, and then you go into the score sheet and input in the teams. One thing though, what is weird about this is I'm using 1986. So as you can see, Arizona Cardinals, okay? They're not the St. Louis Cardinals. On this sheet, they're the Arizona Cardinals. So I had to change it to Arizona St. Cardinals, okay? That way there I know this is the Cardinals. And I changed the short name to STL. Okay, now I tried to do something over here earlier because, again, you got Oakland, LA. Now in 86, it's the LA Raiders, not the Oakland Raiders. So I got messed up. So I changed this to LA, and it kind of messed some things up. So maybe if I, cut and pasted the column over into alphabetical order, that might work. But just so I, got it to work on my end, I just took Oakland and I changed it to Oakland LA Raiders, and I changed this from Oakland to RAI, so I knew it was the Raiders. Same with the Rams. The Rams were St. Louis Rams, but because I'm playing 86 of the LA Rams, so I have to call it St. LA Rams, change this to Rams so I know it's Ram, and now I can input all their stats as the LA Rams and the LA Raiders. So it's a little weird workaround. If you find a better way to do it, let me know. I have not tried cutting and inserting alphabetical. That's one thing I haven't tried yet. So maybe I will. Maybe that would work if I cut this and dropped it in here between Kansas City and Miami as LA Raiders. Maybe it would be fine. Maybe it's this row right here. Alphabetical is the key. But I didn't want to mess up the helper, so I can get around it like this, which is fine. If you notice, there's no Jacksonville in 1986, and there's no Carolina in 86, but they are there. They do give you Houston, which is good, though. They put in a couple of teams like that. So you might have to work around a couple things when entering the stats. So all you do is whatever teams you want, you drop in their stats into their column and save it, and you're done. Okay, so then you come over here to the season game sheet. Now what will happen is you come up here to the team, you see the little drop-down menu here? You can now put in any team and all your attributes drop in. Over here to Philadelphia, and we're going to put in Seattle. Okay, and what it does is it drops all these adjustments come right from the defensive side over here, and all these adjustments come from the defensive side over here. So you still have to do the calculations, okay? So you got 11 to 32 minus 1, so that's 11 to 31. You still have to do that. So over here would be 32 to 66. Then you get your adjustment here, 11 to 26 is 11 to 25. So that would be 26 to 42. These are unchanged, 43 to 53. And then over here, 54 to 66. So you see what I'm doing here. Now here, there's 0 and 0, so you can just leave these if you want, and you're good to go. And then you do the same on this side here. Okay, so you have 11 to 32 minus 4. And there's even a cheat sheet down here, too, when you're doing the calculations, which is pretty good. So 32, 1, 2, 3, 4 brings it down to 24. So I got 11 to 24. And that would make this 25 to 66, if I'm correct. So now I got 1123 minus 4. So 1, 2, 3, 4. So that brings it down to 15, I believe. So 11 to 15. And then 16 to 33. And there's a minus 3 adjustment here. So 34 to 52. And then 53 to 66. And then over here, there's no change. So it's 11 to 14. And 15 to 34. Now your interception is a plus 2, so 35 to 44, and then 45 to 62, and then, of course, your field goal, 63 to 66. And as always, you always have to have one number here no matter what. So if this something was a plus something and it pushes it up and it went over 66, or if this was 11 down here, it was 11 to 11, you have to have one roll for everything. Okay, I ran into that on one of the teams. It was a plus 5 or a plus 6, and it pushed me up from whatever this was. It pushed me up to 66 in this column right here, which can't happen. You have to have a 66 for a missed field goal. So this changed to 65 if you follow that. So that's how it is. You even have Dice Roller down here with an